Hello, this is the teacher Rosaura Navarrete. Everyone knows me like Teacher Rose, and currently I'm working at Liceo Melchor Ocampo Primary School. I'm teaching kids from first to sixth graders, and today I'm going to talk about the project that I worked on October. That is this. Once upon a time, there was a play for second grade, and when we began to work with this kind of material, this resulted something difficult and challenging for me. Difficult because some of my students don't know how to write and read very well, and challenging because it's a play and it's a project. And I'm going to start by showing you a picture of them. This is my group, my class. I have 12 students, but three of them are not here in the picture because they miss classes repeatedly. So they face some learning barriers. And a description that I can make about the community context is that they are very low social level, but my group is pretty much enthusiastic. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to find out coincidences or justify uh, the learning process in my lesson plan and the contenidos y procesos. So this is my lesson plan, and let me explain you about the distribution of this lesson plan because my format the format that I use is based on a format that my partners in the school use. That is something like this. Let me show you quickly. Okay, this is, and as you see, there are elements like, for example, project purpose, methodology, fields, content, learning processes, and the development of the project. And in general, this is the aspect of the format, and it's the same that I use. For example, here, as you see, this is the project purpose. Is the same that is in the beginning of the content here, and the unit. In this learning adventure, you will identify the parts of a tale and a play. Also, you will write or choose a story to make a play that you will share with the school community. And right here, I have the purpose that said a student will explore the elements of a tale and plays by identifying their structures, character, and narrative order through reading, writing, and dramatization activities. Students will transform a traditional tale into a short play and present it to the school community. As I said, as I showed you, is the same objective. And I have here the distribution of the learning process by field. As you see, activation, identifying story-related vocabulary through flashcards, illustrations, and express emotions, exploration, listening to the stories, and recognizing structure, and practice asking answering questions and describing items, and production, writing and revising tale and play scripts, and at the end, reflection, collaboration, and task organization for the final performance. So, the justification, from this learning process with disable, for example, identify in this, for example, this content, sensations, emotions, feelings, and ideas expressing in English language. For example, here I highlighted this first point that says use rhymes and songs to express sensations, emotions, feelings, and ideas. Um, Instead of use rhymes, we are talking about stories. I wrote it down here: reflection and emotional expressions through dramatization and character roles, as we manage in the unit, stories and tales. The second point that I highlighted is express and represent with their own resources, sensations, emotions, feelings, and ideas. Um, as we are staging a play, well, then my students express ideas through acting, and the content of oral and written text in English language. For example, the point that I highlighted is listen and participate in the reading of short stories, and other kind of text. For example, here I find out the coincidences, reading and analysis of stories and plays. And the second point that I find out a coincidence is establish differences and similitudes in forms that is written in a mother tongue in English language. Recognition of narrative structure. And the another point is, for example, manifestation, cultural and artistic manifestation. For example, here I highlight this word, identify. Identify expression, linguistic expressions associated with cultural manifestations. Well, the justification is the presentation of a place as a cultural artistic product. Sorry. And the second and last point is name, colors, forms, sizes, materials, etc. And the justification is the use of costumes, the scenery, and the creative materials. So, the coincidences stand out in the use of oral and written text, expressions of emotions and emotions and feelings through dramatic art, the work with cultural manifestations through staging of a play. These are the the points that are coincidences with my lesson plan, the learning process in my lesson plan, and this with this panorama of the contenidos. And the development of the classes, for example, I have here, sorry, the development of the classes with the timing, the activity, the description of the activities that I followed. And I have here some evidences of the working class. And for example, here when I introduce the topic and the distribution of the elements, title, author, introduction, development, conclusion, the setting, characters, the little red hen in this case, and the book is presented as a story. Is presented as a story right here. It's presented as a story, and I used a video from YouTube. And also this story, The Lion and the Mouse, my students decide to to perform this tale. This is another exercise that is in the book. Is right here. They identify the elements of the story. Okay. This is another. I think this table is in another page. Right here is the same that we made on the classroom with the story of the lion and the mouse, and these are the phrases used in the story. WH questions. This is the oral production. For example, I explain what is the difference between a tale and play, and that is also in the book right here. What is a tale? What is a play? They answer these questions on the notebooks and the book, and also we identify the setting, the characters. Right here, the exercise was about to identify what happened first, then next, and finally, sorry. And this is part of the grammar that we work. This is, these are, this is the exercise to reinforce. I use Muppets to tell the story, and I used to send to my parents in the group a video about what the kids work on. This is the video.
You are lucky, my friend, that I just eaten.
I have projectors,
Now
so I use a
go,
projector.
but don't mess with me again. I'll make a meal of you.
Show most of my students videos, images,
A few days later,
everything.
the lion was roaming the jungle.
And this is a part of the performance of my students. I love to see this.
El yellow is coming.
The
Deja
microphone
tener.
work.
Help, help. Don't worry, making I will save you. It will.
And that is the end of the story. So this is an example of what I did, and as I show you my lesson plan and the coincidences on coincidences and justification of the contenidos y procesos. Thank you.